Welcome back to another episode of Aunt and Andrew, where family's everything.
Until it's not. Hi, Andrew.
Hi, Aunt. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so happy we stopped doing that. I'm Aunt. I'm Andrew.
Why? You didn't know because maybe they thought I was Andrew and you were Aunt.
You never know.
Hey. Anyways, I love I was going to say Jersey Shore because you know what? This
They're
is
at the
really
Jersey Shore.
I know, but this is really a version of an adult Jersey Shore because Jersey Shore, they're still, even though they all have kids and they're parents and they're married, they still act like children.
Yeah, I
This is like the
guess.
more adult version of the Jersey Shore.
Okay. I will say this. I'm done. I personally will remove Antonia and Gabriella and bring them to college myself because I don't want to hear any more about them going to college. Like the storylines have been so fake.
I know. Well, no, that's
And
not fake though. That is real. They're going to college.
no, but what's fake is the way that they like are constructing these conversations to talk about it. And I
Right.
actually think that it is going to be one of the more painful experiences that we're going to witness this season regarding the Gorgas and the Judices or the Ruelas not getting along. Because naturally, it would make sense if the cousins were together talking about it because they've grown up together. Like that would make more sense if it was like they were on good terms. Because then you could have Joe talk to Gabriella and you could like not that Teresa would really give Antonia the time of day, but you know what I'm saying? Like there would be a little more natural where it's like they're constructing these conversations. So I'm over that.
I'm going to say though, first of all, you know, I love those Judice girls. I just do.
No, I understand that,
But
but I
I
don't want to hear
believe
about
their
college.
crying is legitimate.
Okay, but that doesn't
But do
mean that
you
the
believe that
conversation is real.
but tell me, when they're sitting in the room, and I know, I mean, they know the cameras are there, so it's not a natural conversation, but they're talking about each other, and I'm going to miss you, and I'm going to miss you. I believe those girls actually are going to miss each other.
I all I see is Gia Judice like making like being a drama queen and the other two siblings,
Crying
Melania
too.
and Adriana, not caring as much. Like they're being natural,
Mm,
whereas Gia, get a grip. You're in law school. You have a
but
hot
Gabriella
boyfriend.
is actually participating in this show right now.
Oh, I wrote that down. Gabriella's really legit. She's been like one of those farts, silent but deadly for years.
He is. And I love they threw in Juicy. I just did. Now
I
that
thought it
part
was
of it
good
is
that they said
staged.
this is the worst ever. And I
Ever.
love how Teresa and Joe were like, that's not true.
That's not true. We went to
Go to
prison. That
jail.
was the worst day ever.
Go to jail.
I was like, this is the worst. I said, she hasn't even left yet. How could it be the worst day ever? But you
Ever.
know what? That just goes to show you that you do forget bad times because those kids went through hell when their mom and dad went to prison. And for them to say this was the worst day ever is just sort of further proof that you forget pain eventually.
I think it's also further proof that both Joe and Teresa did really well for them when the other one was away.
I mean, say what you want, but these kids are pretty stable considering what they've
Yeah.
been through and how they grew up.
I also think that it shows like the difference of celebrity kids when they're not in LA or New York. Like,
Oh,
even though
that
they're
could
so
be.
close to New York, they're like in the suburbs, they're around good families, they go to football games. Like, whereas, like, I'm not to throw judgment, I don't know any of these kids, but like,
Right.
where are you at, Brielle Bierman in Atlanta? You
Yeah.
know, come
I
on.
think
Even though
she's
Brielle and Gia
pregnant.
are very close friends. Um,
But none of them are Tamara's son Ryan.
no, no.
You know what I mean? I mean, there've been some disasters on these shows. Really
Oh,
disaster
totally. No.
kids.
That's why I give
I
them a lot
mean,
of credit. Even
Mimi's
Antonia and
kids.
Gino and like they're all the New Jersey like Dolores's kids, like they've all
Yes,
been pretty good. You know,
they're
you
all
don't hear
pretty
anything about
normal.
Margaret's stepkids or whatever. You don't hear anything
Right.
about
They're
any of
not
these
like
kids.
Laurie Peterson's son who
No.
died sad, or the other one who became, what was her name? Oh, Lynn Curtin, I think was her name from the OC. She became a porn star. And so we don't have any of that in Jersey, but it is really more of a family. Nini's son went to prison.
Yeah, there's been a lot. I mean, I will say that I loved the Melania throwback when they were showing her and Gabriella's relationship.
Yes. Well, they're kind of highlighting that because last week Louis had on "You Old Troll." Give me
Yeah.
some pizza, you old troll.
Well, they
But I
always
love,
do it.
listen, every time those Judice girls are there, I would love if they FaceTime Joe. And I love how Louis at the end of the call was like, "Love you, Joe."
I know. I thought that was nice.
I mean, say what you want, but they're kind of how people who get divorced after a long marriage should sort of, and have kids, should act to each other.
I
I
mean,
don't know if
Alexis
anybody's.
Bolino is promoting appearances at Jim Bolino's bar.
Oh, well, that's good. And I mean, Doris and what's his name? Why Frank, they get along. And no,
Doris?
Dolores.
You said Doris.
Okay, Doris,
Were you
Dolores.
combining Dorit and Dolores?
No, because Dorit's daughter's fine too.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
she's young.
Oh no,
Dorit?
I'm not thinking about Dorit. I'm thinking of
Dolores.
Dorinda. No, there's too many weird
Dorinda.
names.
The New York ones kept their kids off, but I will say
But
that
think about it. Dorinda, Dorit, Dolores. It's not like they're Donna
No, I
or
agree.
Debbie. There's
How
not a
about
Debbie.
Louis? Fuda. John Fuda's ugly.
Oh, John Fuda. Listen, I finally figured out who he looks like. He sort of looks like Uncle Fester in the Addams Family.
I was gonna say he looks like the Penguin from Batman when what's his name?
Oh
played
yeah,
Penguin.
but maybe when he was heavier. It's too much. The teeth are too big for his face, and oh my God, I've never seen such a thirsty couple. Actually,
Oh no. I wrote that they are legit. Like, I mean, honestly, the Fudas are really trying. Like, I mean, the blow up
really?
doll is so desperate, but at the same time, I can't believe no one's brought Joe Gorga a blow up doll before. So, as much as the Fudas are desperate, they're doing a good job being desperate on TV through 3 episodes because we're
They
talking
are.
about them. And
Yeah.
I have to say, Rachel Fuda, whoever coached you getting ready for this season, not at life, but at television, they did a really good job.
Yeah, they did. Well, I don't think it was just one. I think both of them
Well,
had
I would
coaches.
just watch out. If I was Fuda, I'd put some armor on her back now because Marge in about a year will be stabbed.
Oh yeah, because if she's gonna go after Jackie
No,
and
it doesn't
Jen
really matter.
Fessler.
Rachel's taking attention, so like Margaret gets upset.
Oh, she won't like that. Well, I want you to know before we get into the episode that Rachel Fuda told
Oh, we already
U.S. Magazine.
went to the episode. It's been 6 minutes of us on the air. I hope we're already into the
No,
episode.
But when we get into it, but I want everybody to know that she gave an interview to U.S. Magazine, Us Magazine.
Us magazine.
It's Us Magazine. I have U.S. though. It looks like U.S. And she claims that Teresa came after the Fudas for her paycheck. Okay.
Okay.
Talk about delusional. That Fuda is saying that Teresa is after them for Teresa's paycheck because she's got nothing else.
Oh, no. I think that Fuda's right. But I think like, okay, Teresa's been doing that for 14 seasons.
I mean, but come on. What are you doing it for, Rachel? What are you on the show for?
A paycheck as well. So let's
I
call
know.
it what it is.
So that's what I'm saying. That's what's so funny about it. And they're so desperate and they're so
If not,
thirsty.
you want to watch yourself live, buy surveillance cameras and make some popcorn on a Friday night and you and John can watch it together.
He is Uncle Fester. If I refer to him as Uncle Fester from this point on, I'm talking about John Fuda. Okay.
I mean,
Anyways.
but I will tell you this. Louis gives me like I cringe every time he talks.
Yeah, but Louis is like a new age kind of guy.
No, wait, listen.
Like you
I
could
love
see that.
Tree. Louis
Can't you
is not
see him
new
being
age.
No. Oh, yes, he is. You've seen his videos. Can't you see him being like a counselor at that Marival recovery in
Maybe
Malibu?
if he,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But I would question whether or not it's real.
I can't see Fuda doing that. His
Here's the
rehab
thing.
would be smacking your head in.
What do you mean?
Well, Fuda seems like, a Jersey tough guy is what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's far more aligned with the type of people you like than Louis. He's far more of a man than Louis is.
Fuda?
Louis is different. I mean, I'm sorry. We're going to call it what it is. Like, I mean, I think Teresa needed a soft guy as her second guy. Like, I think she needs someone like Louis, but...
Well, he's nothing like Juicy.
No.
No, nothing. But I love Juicy. I've always loved Juicy because Juicy never cared that the cameras were there, and Juicy was always Joe.
Totally. They don't make him like him anymore.
No, they don't. They really,
He's
really
definitely
don't.
not calling the producers or calling Bill Aiden because the producers tell him to.
Well, okay, that's what I have written down. How produced was that call?
Oh yeah. I mean, but it
Yeah,
wasn't Joe Gorga's fault. They said call him. I mean, like he
yeah.
did this, he
And
did
he
what he was
did.
told.
And they were sitting there and they went,
And I think Bill Aiden surprised
oh,
them
look. Oh, look. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
traditionally Jennifer would be excited to get invited to the party and she doesn't care.
Does that mean that she's the opposite of love, indifference?
I think she's learning that like Teresa wouldn't like it if they went. Like she wants to be on Tree, you want to be on Team Tree.
Don't you also think that after a while, you don't want to be part of the drama if you're not there?
What
Like
do
I
you
can
mean?
see, like I mean, yeah, you're on a show, but after a few seasons, I can see the first season you're a little hesitant, you start fights, and then by the second, third, fourth season, you're like really into it. But the Aidens have to be at least the fifth or sixth season by now, and it's got to be a pot that you get a little tired of the infighting.
Have you met Jennifer Aiden? Have you like seen her on TV? She lives for this shit. She's not going to go where Teresa's not there as backup.
Okay, well, I'm okay with that because
Because I think
Dolores,
like you're
even though
going to the
she says
lion's den,
in
you're going to Melissa's house, and it's 3/4 surrounded by water. I wouldn't want to go either.
it is a nice house, I like
I
it.
know it is, but not to have a fight
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, I do like her house. I do.
Oh yeah,
It's not bad. I will
no,
say
they have
that.
a nice house. Jackie Goldschneider looked great.
She did, but no, where was Evan?
Oh, maybe working. I don't know.
I don't know why. Do you think that was in the middle of the day on a Monday or Tuesday?
Probably yes.
Oh, it wasn't a weekend thing?
Probably not. They're
You
filming
don't
a
think?
show. Or
Oh
also, you
yeah.
never know. They have kids and like she's not getting paid like she used to.
Oh, so he was like, I'm not showing up.
He also may have beef with some of them. You never know.
Oh.
She's just a
Yes.
friend now. Things change.
Yeah, she just showed up. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, I really like Jen Fessler.
Oh, I did too. She grew on me. She like really I liked how she was just like I just felt that it was good the way she said it, the way she talked about it. We'll get to it towards the end. I do want to know who the hell is Aunt Jackie that Teresa knew from her buying days that we haven't heard from in 13 seasons.
Well, you want to know what else is strange? I don't know. But you know what else is strange? I do not believe, correct me, leave a comment if I'm wrong. I do not believe that Jennifer Aiden has had one talking head so far this season. Because she didn't last night. She was barely in it last night. She was making a Turkish breakfast. And that was all we saw her. And then whack-a-mole. And the over accessorized Olivia Aiden. Will somebody
Olivia.
please will somebody please take away? You know what? When I look at Olivia Aiden, I think about what the great Coco Chanel used to say. And she used to say, right before you leave the house, look in the mirror and take one accessory off. Just one, because everybody over accessorizes.
Yeah.
Like take off that one bracelet, the necklace, the whatever, the bag, whatever it is, the scarf, the bag, the coat, take off the accessory because take off just one because chances are you've over accessorized. And I think a little sweet Olivia Aiden could take a little Coco Chanel because she always seems to have a lot going on.
I will say that I liked Jen. I mean, let's just cut to the chase. I liked Jen Fessler at the sit down, like with Margaret. And I really thought that
Oh, a little
if
busy
you
bee
really pay
Margaret.
attention, Jackie Goldsteiner and Jen Fessler's, their wheels are starting to turn in their head.
Uh-huh. How can they not though? Is it just me or is Margaret giving off the worst?
Fuda is not in the wrong. Fuda's right. I mean, this is the first time Fuda's family's been attacked in a season and since she's been on the show. I mean, she barely spoke last season and she
Right.
was her first season. So I
Right.
get it. That's natural. It makes sense. Now, Margaret getting all upset for
Yeah.
me. I mean,
Again, somebody looking for a paycheck.
Margaret, here's something that I think you should do in those moments. Touch yourself. You've had so much work done. You've had so much. Oh, that's right. You've been on a show for 10 years. Oh, then touch your hair. Oh, that thing was pulled out by Danielle Staub. Oh, that's right. Stop crying. You are tried and true. You are seasoned vet. This is not an emotional thing for you because Teresa Giudice brought up someone's past. Been there, done that. Stop acting so ridiculous. I couldn't even listen. It was so ridiculous. And then she had the audacity to tell Jen Fessler that with Jen, they can't get a word in.
I know that was the fun. Me, I can't. But Jen was so good at the end where she was like, okay, you don't like it? Okay, goodbye. I love
I
you,
knew
but
you
I'll
were going to
miss
love
you.
that.
Yeah, I just loved it. I really did. Okay, like I'm over it. And
I
and
wrote
I
that
love,
down.
I did too. And I love how she
Love
called
Fessler.
love Fessler. I did too. I actually wrote what did Fessler do wrong again? Because I'm having trouble trying to figure it out. You know,
Well,
she talked to Teresa. That's all she did. She didn't kiss her ass. She wasn't like upper. She was very nice to her. She's a little starstruck maybe by Teresa.
no,
I would
no.
yeah, oh, I
They
think
all knew each other. They're all from the same area. They've known
yeah,
who
but
each other
is
are for years. I think that what it is that Fessler didn't do anything.
she didn't do anything wrong, except she
I
did admit that they were all conspiring against her back, behind her back.
Well, what I didn't love or that they didn't correct is that Fessler kind of said something that hasn't really been said. She said, I let Teresa know that you all strategized how to take down Louis,
Mm,
which is different than, but Margaret didn't correct that. Again, I said this last week. I don't think there's anything wrong with if you have a divide in your cast and you're about to have a reunion, meet with your team. You
sure,
should.
okay,
You
be
should. I
upfront.
mean,
Mhm.
I mean, what's different than that between like calling someone up, before and having a conversation when you know they agree with you. Like, I mean, it's the same thing. What I just find to be odd is exactly what you said. What did she really do?
Yeah.
Is this being exacerbated because of the fact that we like what's coming? Like, would this have been something that didn't make the final cut if, say, that Margaret and Fessler and Margaret and Jackie and like that all of these divides don't come later in the season?
Well, I don't know. I think the divide's going to come real soon next week because in the previews, she was after Jackie again.
Yeah, and I have a
Yeah.
feeling that I mean, again, now I'm starting to feel that maybe they just have a falling out, and then maybe behind the scenes that's then when maybe like more comes out because I guess I just don't see why. The other part is that Margaret also, let's call it what it is, like might be treating Jackie less because she's a friend and
Yeah,
because she's
of course.
traditionally not the most strong of a character. And
Right.
so she might just think that like Margaret may just think that Jackie's her punching bag.
Well,
And
not only that, she might have thought going into the season that Fessler was going to be her new Jackie.
I don't know. Fessler's never been. See, the thing about Fessler is that Fessler last year didn't even give vibes that she was involved in any drama. It was always
Eh,
eating,
oh,
eating.
yeah, but she went on the big O too.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, and I want to say, Jen Fessler, if you're out there, I know you're probably not. I noticed this is just me personally, but the days to me of these big knockers all over the place that these Jersey women and a lot of the OC women have and stuff like that. It's just so like I'm over it. And when Jen Fessler's just sitting there and she's just like all in proportion and nothing's creeping out of the
She's
sides
beautiful.
like Fudas are, because Food is a really really skinny woman and she's got these massive implants and it just looks gross. That's just me. I wanted to say
What did that
that.
have to do with her personality getting involved with the fighting?
It no, no, no. It shows that Fessler is a certain way. Like she's a little bit more real. I do think some of all that artificial stuff is a curtain, and you can see behind the curtain a little bit that you're just a little bit obsessed with yourself more.
I think
I
that
don't think she takes
Teresa,
herself. I mean, I know she takes herself serious because she's a smart woman and everything. And she did lose weight because she didn't like the way she looked,
Yeah.
etc. But she hasn't gone to the even like Jackie did, because when Jackie came on, Jackie has completely transformed herself. She had the implants, the lips, the Botox, the lashes, the hair, the
Yeah.
nails, the whole thing went on. She went into that. And Fessler hasn't really done that. And I think that says a lot for her.
Yeah, I mean, except Fessler legitimately got a new face. So, I mean, other than that, like,
I know, but she had a facelift, which is different than doing all the injections.
no, you're right. I think that what I also feel like is happening is like, Fessler says, oh, Teresa's a good girl, but Teresa's done some really shady
Well,
shit
she
on the
went to
show.
prison. All right.
She also, I think Teresa is like truly just like, is the perfect reality TV star because honestly, other than if it's illegal, which she didn't know what she was signing, but other
Right.
than that, she just does what the producers tell her to do because she knows that that's part of her job. And I think that that is the part that I think that the
Don't see.
Margaret, Melissa, Fuda, they all look at Teresa as this manipulative, conniving person, whereas she's not. She's very basic and like is a sweet girl, but she's also someone that's just willing to do whatever they tell her to do. So I think
Well,
that what
she
it is
needs
with
the money. She
Teresa,
got all those girls in college.
exactly. Teresa knows how to be Teresa Giudice on TV. And I think what
Yeah.
Fessler's trying to say is that the real life Teresa is a good girl. When there's no cameras around, she's not asking the questions that are intrusive. She
Right.
is refraining from asking those. But when there's a media outlet in front of her, when the cameras are in front of her, she says what she really feels or what others are feeling. And so I don't even look at it as fake. I look at it as Teresa loses all sense of self-control when the cameras are on her and when someone's interviewing her. It's like she has this filter that just goes away. But I don't think she
Mm.
changes her actions or her behaviors. I think she feels this way all the time. She's just not going to get herself into like a trouble with only like 5, 6 people knowing about it. She wants the world to know about it if she's going to say something stupid. I give her
Okay.
credit
Do
for
you
that.
do you think the foodies are well, we know they're thirsty. And do you think they're happy this came out or unhappy this came out? Because they're both overreacting to the fact it came out, that you should have known.
I think that they
But I think they
don't care
like
that
the
much.
idea.
No, I don't think they care that much. I think they look at it as a storyline.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I think they're taking advantage of it. And they know they're taking advantage of it. I think they're a little bit overplaying it. Well, they should just say, yeah, I did when I was a kid. Okay, whatever. But they're harping on it because it gives them something.
I guess, but like if you said that, like they all do that. How many times has Teresa not let something go for like 3 seasons straight?
Because it gives them a storyline. That's where Rachel learned from whoever told her what to do.
That and I just have
Her
assumed
coach.
I've started to realize that Italian, New Jersey people are very stubborn, very, very stubborn. That like they can move on from things, but not if it has to do with them.
Do you think she was coached by Jill Zarin?
Who?
Rachel.
Why?
Well, because she seems like she's had some instructions from like a Jill Zarin type.
Jill would never talk to her.
No, a Jill Zarin type.
I think that she probably just like talked to a producer, studied reality. It's not rocket science, okay? We're like,
I don't know. I bet she had some type of a insider.
yeah, I don't think it was Jill. Clearly, Jill doesn't know how to stay
Mm.
on television.
Come on, Jill. She just wants a Diet Coke. Let her be.
I get it, but you let her be. You brought her up. I think she was more coached by probably the way food is behaving. I think she was just coached by Margaret and Melissa.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, because she's so far up there behind, isn't she?
I don't know if she's going to need to be. She's creating her own character. I think if I was Margaret and Melissa, I'd be watching out for my paycheck because it looks like
Oh,
Rachel Fuda
well,
is going to be able to come in and Teresa will film with Fuda.
she will. And I told you that Joe and Melissa might not be so happy with the fooders when they realize that the fooders are cheaper and they're willing to go after Teresa, where
And that
the
Teresa's willing
Gorgas
to
are
film
just
with them.
over each other.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
They are the new and improved Gorgas, the Fudas. And everything from the fact that even John Fuda tried to lose weight and had surgeries just to look like Joe Gorga. And he's a
Yeah,
little
but
taller.
He has more hair. Unlike Marge, who we found out doesn't really have a lot.
Yeah, listen, the way that Melissa's going, she might not have a paycheck next year, and we might be seeing the blow up doll in the opening credits.
Oh my God. How gross was the blow up doll,
I
Josephina?
mean, I thought it was.
You know what was funny? They called her
shocked we hadn't seen
Josephina.
one.
And all I could think of is when Schwartz calls Joseph.
Oh, yeah.
Josephina. That's all I could think of. Again, those two newbies showed up, but they got nothing.
Oh, they said some ingenious things. College is the best time of your life.
And you have friends for life. I love when Frank wanted to get Dolores's blessing.
I thought that was sweet.
No, but then when he goes, oh, I can't believe I'm getting married before you. And Paul once again reminded everybody that he's not divorced. Have we ever had anybody not divorced, not even even close to being divorced in the past?
I don't know.
No, I mean who's like, they've got their wedding dress picked out and the what do you call it?
I don't know. I think that Paulie's situation's different. I feel like he's one of those that they've never needed to get divorced and they've always been civil. That now it's like, oh shit, we need to get divorced because I want to get remarried, kind of a thing.
Yeah, but we've been separated for 17 years and I've made a ton of money while we've been separated because he has a very successful business. And he's probably thinking to himself, I got to give her half of everything because we are married. And instead of getting divorced 17 years ago, when I had less money, now I have more money. And if I get divorced, I got to give her half of everything.
I'm sure he's also been covering a lot of bills, though, in those 17 years.
Yeah, he did, but they were still married. So she's still entitled to half of his fortune. And he's probably thinking, I like Dolores, but not enough to give away half my money. Figure, say he's got $10 million.
You don't know the laws around legal separation and how that works. And if assets start
but you're still married.
Then,
okay.
Yeah, but every state's different like that.
Yeah, but just say this. If you're worth 10 million, just say he's worth 10 million.
He's not.
Okay, he doesn't have to be. I just need round numbers. And the state of Jersey says you have to give her half. Then he'd have to give her $5 million.
He's not going to have to give her half, but that's fine.
But listen,
what I'm saying is if he was legally separated 17 years ago, he's just not divorced.
Yeah, but he's still been paying and she's gets so much money. It's probably cheaper for him to continue to pay her X amount of money every month than it would be for him to give her half of his money, is what I'm saying. Because he probably has money in real estate and different things that aren't liquid. It's hard to, give somebody a half of a condo when your girlfriend lives there with you.
Who's your mess?
Oh, John Fuda. John Fuda is
I don't think he was visible enough this time. I think Margaret's the mess. The way she ended that, manipulated that.
Oh,
she got up.
Yeah.
She got up. She was crying in her voice. She didn't even sit down. She couldn't even face the argument. She just got up and ran away like it was the first time she got into a fight on TV and it had nothing to do with her.
Because she has a guilty conscience.
I don't know if we're there yet. I think she thinks she can control the narrative and she's realizing she's not.
No, she can't. But you know what? I understand your mess, but I think any grown man who arrives at a party with a blow-up doll is a disaster. That's just me.
I mean,
and it's even worse, every single person that took a shot out of it. Ugh.
Yeah, but that's par for the course with last year he got waxed at that party. Okay.
Oh God. I would rather see somebody get waxed than arrive with a blow-up doll.
I thought it was tacky. Margaret is the mess.
She is a mess. I agree. In more ways than one.
As well as Melissa's mother. Stay on your feet, honey.
I did love, though. I could relate to Donna. Her name is Donna. I could relate to Donna when they asked if she was on painkillers, and she went, like, in other words, yeah, I'm on them. I'm still. She's
always been funny. Donna's always been great. I always think that. I always wish that Donna was Teresa's mom because I think we would see a lot of personality from her that would be funny. Whereas it's Melissa. Melissa can't let her mom have any attention.
Oh no, not at all. Not at all. Teresa really
she looks incredible. She's 80.
The mom?
Yeah. Melissa's mom is
80? Wow,
maybe
she looks
70.
fantastic.
No, 70 maybe. 70 maybe.
I was gonna say 80. She looks fantastic.
She's 70 though.
70. Okay.
Maybe 75.
I think Marge's mom is like 80.
Oh yeah,
She's
she is.
good
But I'm
too.
gonna say Melissa Gorga.
Well, Melissa's
Um
45, so her mother has to be at least 65 plus. And I don't know if Melissa's the youngest. I think she has older sisters. So yeah, that's reasonable. I always say people, whatever their age is of them, they have to be at least 20.
75.
Oh, she is. She looks great.
Fantastic.
Yeah, but she shouldn't play pickleball because her bones are brittle.
Well, anywho. All right, guys. Well, follow us, subscribe, like, follow us on Instagram, and keep the comments coming. I've been loving the comments lately.
I love the comments. There's so many good ones.
And we love to live in the comments. So
Just
that is one
like
of our
they
favorite
do,
things.
just like Sheena Marie does on Vanderpump Rules.
Of course. Bye, guys.